thoughts?
Thoughts. Plenty of positives. Probably disappointing again, our finishing probably let us down early. I thought we had a really strong first quarter into the breeze, managed to keep them to just 2 scoring shots and generated a lot of looks ourselves, but didn't finish. And just the power of that scoreboard pressure, another week in a row probably cost us a little bit. But I thought, again, to our girls' credit, we win contested possession, clearance, and really go out a strong Geelong midfield. They're a team that don't always win clearance, so it's not a major KPI for them, but I thought the fact that we were able to restrict them to just, I think it was 4 intercept marks across the game was really good for a team that do support their defence a lot. Our forwards gave a much better contest ahead of the ball. So heaps of good things that we take out of it. Probably what cost us the most was skill error. So either in front of goal, like I mentioned, or turning the ball over. But with a lot of them, we sit back and go, was that the right method, the right way we're asking them to play? And was it the right decision to try and take the ball off the line there? If it is, we have to coach the intent and the decision and then keep working on the fundamentals that back it up. So yeah, positives, but our execution probably let us down today.
We were just saying, it felt like throughout the game you did so much. You did a hell of a lot right, but you lose by 33, and you go in the second half. So yeah, the forward to centre stuff is clearly a challenge. Is that doing your head in when you see she kicks 6 and it blows your game apart? She's
a good player, isn't she? Yeah. She was impressive, and credit to her. Zoe Wackfer had some really good moments on her, and then when Zoe's positioning was a little bit off, Maloney punished, and then her finishing into the breeze a number of times was impressive. So we go, hats off to her, and that's the benchmark where we want to get to. So, Beth Schilling had a go on her. I mean, Beth I thought was outstanding all day, down back, playing on a number of opponents, and we rolled her over onto Maloney to try a different look at one stage. But I think a big part of that is credit to Geelong and Maloney with the marks they were able to get inside 50 and their finishing. At our end of the ground, we've got to keep working on our finish. That's a big part of the game, and clearly over the last couple of weeks, it's something that we need to keep working on.
Those fundamentals that you mentioned, have they sort of tapered off through the season? Have you found that with the players?
Not specifically. It's probably just as we continue to build our game style, the way we want to move the ball out of our back half, look to be a bit more creative and challenge opposition sides. So we got some really good looks off being able to take the ball out the open side and put speed on the ball. It comes with an element of increased risk that, in this phase of where we're at in building our game style, we have to be prepared to wear some of it. We don't want to play a really safe game of footy that contains scorelines and, makes us competitive but not a winning team. With the team that we've got, we want to be able to challenge and build towards being a real contender. So some of that is a shift in the way that we're adding into our game style that's happened over the last couple of weeks, and with that comes a little bit of teething, I suppose, while we, build confidence in being able to see it and take it and not hesitate, and then the actual fundamental skill behind taking it. But like I said, when we review that, we've got to be really disciplined to go, was that the right decision, and is that how we're asking them to play? And if that's yes, all right, well, let's go and work on the skill. The bit that we'll educate on is, all right, this one wasn't, we don't want you to go here. So the intent rather than the execution is what we'll coach, and then keep working on the fundamentals to back it up.
You mentioned Beth's game. What sort of role did you want her to play? Because you mentioned she was outstanding with her intercepting and goal saving.
Beth's been incredible. To think that, her and Zoe all season, in the absence of Soph McDonald, who's been our kind of linchpin down back, to have, how old Zoe? 19, 20? And Beth, who's 21, kind of holding down our defence and taking the biggest jobs every week. It's pretty impressive. And Beth in particular, has been on our list for 3 years, in and out of the side. The way that she's developed her game and confidence this year has been unreal. Some of the one-on-ones she wins, and then the bit that doesn't even come on the stat sheets. I think she had 6 marks and 17 touches today. But the bit that I love is she competes in the air, gets her opponent done, and then her follow-up through the contest to tackle someone else's opponent. It's just, it helps us so much. She's done her, she's a Rising Star nominee, but she's probably in the All-Australian conversation, and that game, I think, should have done her chances no harm.
Ella Roberts has set a new record for the club today from a disposals perspective. Percent average she's been all year, but like when you look at it, she got a whack early today and then just kept on playing the same way as she has the entire season.
Yeah.
You talk through how good she is and how much courage she showed to get up from that and just keep barging through.
Yeah, at 33, and I think she spent like 12 minutes on the bench trying to get right when she came off with the blood rule after that hit. So another outstanding day. Her talent is undeniable. Like, the minute I got here, you stand out on the field with her coaching her, and the sound the ball makes when she kicks it, and just her power and speed and just her instincts for the game, we as coaches deserve zero credit for. But I think the thing that Ella's really added this year, and this is why she's been able to post numbers that she has like today and build through her season, is her work rate and her concentration across 4 quarters, no matter what's just happened. No matter what the scoreboard says or the opposition she's playing on, or whether she's playing mid or forward, just her ability to keep turning up and compete is probably the thing that she's really developed throughout this year, and is part of the reason why she's impacting the way she is.
Knowing you've got talent in the mids, you've got talent in the backs at the moment, you can see, but as we mentioned the scoring challenge. Is it a case of needing to develop players inside or in the forward line, or you need to go and recruit? How big a challenge is it to get that part of the ground right?
I'm really confident that the best footy of our forwards is ahead of them. Like, you think of Lauren Wackfer and Amy Franklin, they're 20 and 21-year-old key position players that, that it's a bit different in AFLW, the expectation that young people can come in and impact straight away, and there's great examples of that all across the comp. But I think the key position roles and being our forwards, the way that we've moved the ball forward at times, I think as we improve that, and as they continue to get stronger and hone their craft as young key forwards, I think, we're really excited about their futures. In terms of adding to the list, I think like every team, whether that be through the draft or trade in, we're going to look for ways to continue to make sure that we're improving our list as much as possible.
So Roxy come up with a nasty looking back injury. What was the story with her?
Yeah, I think it was in a contest, a one-on-one contest in the goal square. I think she just fell awkwardly, is my understanding, and back kind of seized up a little bit, but she was able to get going again. She actually came on after that and played in the ruck for a bit, and I thought she impacted pretty well. So, positive game from Rox and a good step forward.
In Sydney next week, what I guess do you look to get out of that into the season game?
We'll be playing to win. I think today makes our finals chances pretty much done, but for a team with where we're at in our journey, and winning's been hard to come by, every opportunity to keep building a winning culture and competing and playing to win is really important. And then bigger picture, understanding that every game's a chance to add little bits to different players' development. So whether that's Roxy in the ruck today, we tried a few different things last week. She even went back at stages today. We'll just look at it through the lens of how do we continue to develop our players and game style.